What up, YouTube? On my way to class. I just wanted to come in and do a quick update because I had done what we in the keto community or low carb community call a carb up day. And when I came into my last video, it's been almost 2 weeks, and I had come in at like 213. I was pretty happy about that, and literally the morning after, I had gotten on the scale and was up to 216. Didn't really think too much about it. Thought to myself, well, it's just water weight. It'll come off. And then the next morning got on the scale and I was up to 218. At this point I'm like, okay, what have I done wrong? I know it's not fat gain because there's no way you can gain 5 pounds of fat in 2 days. It's just not feasible. So it was obviously fluid weight. The problem with that is that I held on to that 218 for almost the entire 2 weeks. So it's like 8 days, and I couldn't understand what was happening. I was getting my water in, I was getting my fat intake in, I was still intermittent fasting. I couldn't understand what was happening. So I started doing some research on what a lot of ketoers do when they get into a stall like that, or unexplained weight gain or things like that. And a lot of ketoers, after a certain point, because I was a year keto, I believe on the 24th, I believe. I researched and found out that a lot of people will do a carb up, which is you introduce a little bit more carbs into your diet. And what it does is it restarts your fat burning, because now you've come to a point where your body knows that it's only going to get a certain amount of carbs, and then it levels off. So what I ended up doing was adding a little bit more carbs into my diet and trying to confuse my body into thinking that I've gone back to that. The next morning after I had done that, I had gone up 1 pound, so I had gone up to 219. So I waited for about 3 days before I got back on the scale and found that I'd gotten back down to 212 at this point. So I was pretty ecstatic about that, and I've maintained that 212 since then. And it's been about 4 days, I guess. So what I think I'm going to start doing to keep my body guessing is to keep going and doing 1 carb up a week in conjunction with my intermittent fasting. Now today I'm on a 24-hour fast. I ate my last meal at 6 p.m. last night. I won't eat again until 6 p.m. today. Drinking lots of water, nothing but fluids. Usually black coffee and water is my choice. So that is what's happening right now. I had to restart confuse my body, essentially. I needed to confuse it to think that it was getting these carbs again, and then jump right back into keto. And I purposely stayed off the scale for a couple of days because I knew probably the next morning after, or the next morning after I went back into keto, it probably wouldn't be a big difference. So I purposely waited like 2 or 3 days before I got back on the scale. And for me, the scale doesn't depress me at all. The scale keeps me accountable, and I know for some people that the scale will frustrate you or depress you, or some even go as far as calling the scale the demon. It keeps me accountable because for so many years I didn't have a scale. I ballooned right up, and I think had I had a scale and would get on it, I think I would have realized at some point that I needed to do something about it. And without that instrument telling me, hey, fat ass, you're getting out of control and you need to do something about it, I think I probably would have been a lot better off, honestly. So, come on, dude, get over. Sorry, I'm such an aggressive driver. So, for me, when I see the scale go up, I know that there was something either the day before or a couple of days before that I did that caused me to gain water weight or whatever the case may be, that I need to tweak whatever I'm doing and rectify that. So, you know, and when I lose, I look back at the week and say to myself, what was it that week that I did differently? Like with the carb up day. I know a lot of ketoers hate the fact of carbing up, but I'm going to tell you, I stalled for like 2 months. And I was trying to figure out what I was doing that was wrong, and all that happened was my body got complacent with the way I was eating, said, okay, this is where we're at, this is where we're going to stay. I needed to confuse my body, and I truly believe that I did. I didn't up my carbs like crazy. I normally do like 20 total some days, 20 net some days. I probably went up to about 70, no more than 100 carbs that day. So, also I wanted to mention, I got to see Barb from Mom and Me BSG. She came to Virginia because her son is re-enlisting, and she was literally only about 35 minutes away from me, and we hooked up yesterday at Virginia Beach, and it was so awesome, and it was like connecting with an old friend who I've known for years. It was so nice, and we just had a really good day, and we talked and talked and talked like we had known each other for years, and it was awesome. We had a good day. Hi Barb, I don't know if you're watching, but I love you, and I'm so glad I got to meet you. So that's all I'm gonna record today, guys. Like I said, I will probably end up doing a Alfredo sauce with some zoodles. I'm not sure when that will happen. Right now we're just kind of working through our leftovers from our Memorial Day cookout. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys on that. Love you guys. Bye.